Welcome to this Object 907 replay where my good friend Maroar from Fame will show us again how to play this tank properly. I myself haven't been able to get the ace tanker on this tank yet. The best I managed was first class, but then again a lot of good players are playing it. And at the start of the match Maroar is going to the right flank here, but he also quickly notices that his team is not really following him, at least not as fast as he wants to. So he will try to win the cap on this side first. There's a really nice hill here from which you can do some shooting and or spotting if the enemy actually goes up this hill, but in this battle they don't. They have some really powerful tier 10 TDs on their team as well, so Maroar needs to be a little bit careful to not get shot straight away for 1000 damage or more. There doesn't seem to be anything on the middle ridge there, so he tries to move around and get these two guys in the back. But then this T10 becomes visible, or T10 sorry. And Maroar puts a shot in and manages to dodge the return shot of the T10, putting a nice shot into the scout and further retreating behind this little ridge here. Yet Panzer E100 shows up, puts a shot into him and pulls back, because you don't want to get hit for 1000 damage at the start of the battle. And here he can't quite get the gun onto that leopard, so he turns the tank around, because then he doesn't need to use as much gun depression / elevation. Puts a nice shot into him and then tries to snipe the cupola of the T10E4, but unfortunately it bounced off. And these guys are pretty well hulled down, and Maroar also notices this and tries to put a final shot in, which doesn't do anything, but then he quickly notices as well that this flank in its current state will not get won quickly. His team is pushing very aggressive on the other flank, however, so he goes into the middle to try and support them from here on out. But he has the bad luck to be spotted by this LTTB again, which sort of bogs down his plans a little bit. And he quickly needs to get into cover as well to hide from those TDs on the other side. So now in between the houses, this E50 shows up, and Maroar manages to put some nice shots into the rear of this tank. But he also manages to get into cover before Maroar can put the killing blow in. So LTTB has vacated this bit of the flank, so Maroar crosses the bridge and runs into the Jagdpanzer E100, who managed to put a shot into him. And here he does something smart, which is to not push forward, duck back behind the house where he can't be shot, and then takes the safe route out of the situation rather than running across the field. So now that he has been despotted, he moves in a wide arc around the middle of the map, so he doesn't get shot in the side, and try to help clean up this flank, because his team apparently, although numerically having the advantage over the enemies, doesn't seem to be able to actually clear this flank. Maroar notices the RT running away, manages to put a nice shot into him and keeps climbing up the hill. A speculative shot unfortunately misses, doesn't kill the RT, so Maroar moves on, doesn't linger in the hopes that the RT will be spotted again, and then he pings the map for that SDI and very soon the RT that they actually need to move from there, because very soon something will come over the right flank and start to spot / damage them. Maroar moves back, because now that this left flank is clear, he wants to protect this RT, because if these TDs are dug in later on, the RT will have a much easier chance of actually digging them out. Unfortunately though, the LTTB that has been a little bit of a pain the whole match shows up here as well. And Artie, not even bothering to watch the minimap, and the clicks that Maroar gives, just gets killed for nothing. So then it's up to Maroar to kill this little guy and then move further up the flank. So LTTB can't do much. His gun doesn't have enough penetration, or he doesn't know where to shoot this tank. So Maroar then shortly will notice the T10 in the middle and moves up the ridge, but also spots the FV in front of him. So FV luckily shoots into the ground, and Maroar is able to put some effective fire down on him as well. So nearly full health guy. Maroar tracks him with a second shot. The FV repairs his track, so Maroar tracks him again in place, and then tracks him again. So now keeping this guy permatracked while also being very smart and reversing his tank into cover from all the other TDs that might be shooting him in the ass. So some really nice positioning and play here. So full health tier 10 TD taken out. And now it's time to get this T10 E4. While on the other flank his team is sort of slowly melting away, but then again against a couple of hold down TDs or hidden TDs, you can't actually do much, especially if they do 1000 damage per shot or something like that. So the T10 E4 is climbing the hill. Maroar puts one shot in and then sees the TD aiming for him, so he moves forward. Luckily the T10 doesn't manage to penetrate him, and now the T10 E4 is a one shot, so of course the shot bounces off the lower front plate because you can't have the kill. And so far we've seen 6000 damage and nearly 6000 WN8, which makes this a very effective play by Maroar. So now there's only 3 guys left, 2 TDs and the RT, and Maroar manages to say to his team as well that they need to hurry because the time's running out. They're actually assaulting, so they need to cap the enemy base or lose the match, pretty much, or kill everyone else. That will also win them the match. And at this moment there's 2 minutes on the clock. And I like what he's doing here as well. He's taking a really wide arc around that Waffenträger E100, which is in town, trying to not get spotted by him, and maybe landing a surprise blow to him as well. So moving up this hill, see where the guys on the enemy team are hiding, and then the Waffle gets spotted. And he doesn't spot Maroar, so Maroar makes careful use of this bush to remain invisible while firing on the guy, killing him. So 3 kills so far, 6600 damage. And now there's only 2 guys left, the Jagdpanzer E100, which is nearly on full health, and the RT, and there's only 1 minute and 35 on the clock. So time to move. And well, the Jagdpanzer E100 has been spotted. There's a good chance that the RT will be around there as well. So Maroar, while keeping the speed up, auto aims and then moves closer, try and spot the RT. Puts another shot in, spots the RT and shoots the Jagdpanzer while ramming the RT. Ace tanker and high caliber, and just not a top gun. Hope you enjoyed it.